Okay, the next thing we're going to do is set up a grading scale. Most of you might not need to set up a grading scale because your school should have already created it for you. If you look over here on the right side under scales, you'll see that the district has set up two scales here, high school no round and high school rounding. And this just means that in the rounding scale, it rounds up from the lowest, from like 92.5, rounds up to a 93, which is an A. And this one, it has to actually get to 93 to be an A. So this school has created two grading scales. Your school will create whatever grading scales you want. So for each one of your courses, down under here under Final Grade Settings, you'll just want to pick a scale for your final grade. So in this case, I'm going to say I'm going to have it rounded. So I'll pick the high school rounding scale, and then I'll click Save Changes. And then that saves my grade. Now, if for some reason you want to create your own grading scale, I don't recommend this, but if you do want to create your own grading scale, you can go right up here under the Add button, click Add, click Scale, and then you can fill this out. So we'll say this is custom scale. Letter grade, we'll say an A. The lowest for that, let's say, is 95. And then I click Add Level. We'll say a B is a 90. This is an impossible scale. Add Level. C is an 85. Add Level. D is an 80. And an F is anything from 0 to 80. I'm going to click this little Use Average box, and you'll see these change. If you give an A on an assignment, you can grade assignments based on a letter grade. If you give an A, what this says is what percentage is the gradebook going to use to convert that A, because it's hard to calculate an A. It has to have a number. So this is the letter conversion. And when I'm done with that, I can click Save Changes. That'll save my scale. So here you will see the custom scale. And now if I go down to Final Grade Settings, I can choose that custom scale as my final grade. Right, you can also click your round the period or final grades if you want, depending on what kind of grading scale you're using. Right? And then I'll click Save Changes. And that'll save those changes. So that's how you create a scale, but again, most of you should have a grading scale here either for high school, middle school, elementary school. Those are usually set up in advance. If you don't see those, please let your front office know, and they can create those for you. And then once they get created, the next time you go into this screen, you will see those scales and you'll be able to select them for your final grades. Okay, thank you very much.